I'm recording. Well, we are on our way to Empire Supper Club, and you guys did not just see me hit the record button for a video and not take a photo. I'm not that technology illiterate. But Empire Supper Club for our anniversary. So that's where we're going now. If you had not heard of Empire Supper Club, it is a specialty dining restaurant on Icon of the Seas that is a dining experience that offers 8 courses with 7 different drink pairings in an atmosphere that is supposed to be like the 20s and 30s in New York, with a live jazz band playing and just really good service and overall a great ambiance. This is a formal setting, so you do have to dress up, which explains why Nicole and I aren't in our normal, button-up t-shirt and normal dresses that we wear on a cruise. Empire Supper Club is kind of expensive. Actually, it's really expensive. It's about $200 per person, and this was our anniversary, so we decided to splurge. This was the most expensive dinner that Nicole and I had ever paid for, because it was about $400 plus gratuity. Empire Supper Club is located on Deck 8 near the front of the ship right outside the Central Park area. Nicole and I actually went to the restaurant on embarkation day, and we were really impressed with the decor, which is very Art Deco and true to the 1920s and 30s theme that this restaurant has. This restaurant holds about 30 to 35 people, and it's supposed to be a very intimate dining experience with the live jazz band and some really, really good service. Through the rest of this video, Nicole and I are going to go through each one of the courses and the pairings of alcoholic drinks that go with them and kind of describe what they are and if we liked or didn't like them. We'll start off with the first, if not really a course, it's the first 2 starters, which the first one is a little hors d'oeuvre, which kind of reminds us of a bagel with cream cheese with some caviar on top. It's basically meant to be a palate cleanser for your entire meal. Nicole and I actually really like this. It's a 1-bite dish. You're supposed to eat it in 1 bite, and it was actually really, really good. The second starter is probably one of the best things about the dinner, and I like bread with my meals, and the bread that they serve at Empire Supper Club is excellent. It is a spicy pecan bread with honey, and it is spicy just a little bit, but the butter makes it really, really good, and that honey drizzle is just perfect. So that was the starters for Empire Supper Club. Let's get into the actual courses and the drink pairings and what made this experience inside this unbelievable specialty dining restaurant a night to remember and a really great anniversary dinner. I'm not going to remember what the courses were. There's 8 of them. So we have the menu right here. So the first course was oysters, which is a crispy oysters Rockefeller with chorizo, béarnaise, sun-dried Roma tomatoes with micro basil. And then they paired that with a champagne.
So when you first walk into Empire Supper Club, they do give you a glass of champagne. And so your very first course, those oysters are paired with that glass of champagne. So we personally don't really like oysters. We do tend to like seafood, but that's been one of those things that we just usually aren't a big fan of. I will say with them being fried and crispy, they were actually pretty good. So still probably won't be an oyster person in general, but even if you don't like oysters, give it a try because it was still good. The sauce was really good.
Yeah, the sauce was excellent. I actually really enjoyed it. I don't like champagne though, so yuck.
The next course was a raviolo, which our server told us is raviolo because you only get 1 instead of multiples. Otherwise it would be ravioli. So there you go. Little fun fact for you, because he kept asking us questions about why we thought things were, and we got none of them right. So
none of them. Not a single one.
At least now if you go and they ask you, you'll know. So the raviolo is a soft yolk ravioli that also has spinach, pork cheek, and Parmesan, and it was with a kind of like a carbonara sauce, and I thought it was excellent.
Yeah, it was really good. One of the best of the courses that we had with that. It was really good.
That was paired with what they called a Staten Island spritz, which was Tito's vodka, Campari liqueur, limoncello, fresh orange juice, and then more champagne, Moet.
Yeah.
So overall, it was a refreshing drink. I didn't mind it. Travis, I don't think, was a huge fan.
I don't like champagne, so kind of didn't like it. I drank it because I had to.
You did not have to.
No, they told me I did.
They did not.
So from there, the next course was a langoustine, which is kind of like a small lobster, but not a crawfish. Different. And it was butter poached with champagne, caviar, and a basil emulsion. Overall, this little dish, it was served very weird. They actually gave you half of the baby lobster, and they tell you do not eat it. It's for decoration.
That's how you know someone ate it.
Yeah. But the actual baby lobster langoustine was actually really good. It was very well poached, kind of melted in your mouth when you ate it, and overall was a really good course. And they paired that with what they called a blood and sand, and that is a scotch with a cherry ring with sweet vermouth and orange juice with a blood orange garnish on top of it. They called it a blood and sand because in Spain they do bullfighting, and the blood of the bull and the sand of the arena. That's what our waiter said. Another fun fact for you that you can get right that we got wrong, because I said it was because of blood orange and sand from the beach, which was incredibly wrong. But this was one of our better as well courses, and the drink, I liked the drink a lot. Nicole?
I was not the biggest fan of this one, but that's okay. Everyone has different tastes. So Travis actually liked this one for once.
Yeah, so by this time we had a lot of full glasses of alcohol on our table that we were not drinking. But I don't think you're supposed to down every single one of them, because you'd be very drunk very quickly, and that's not the idea of Empire Supper Club. After that course, the next one was the Empire Caesar salad, or what they called their signature salad, which has a Parmesan ring on it, and then purple orchid and pink peppercorn along with your normal Caesar salad ingredients. And they paired that with something called an East of Houston, Houston, which the waiter, Stefan, asked us where we were from at this point, and we said the Dallas area. And he's like, oh, is it Houston or Houston? And we're like, it's Houston. Like, come on. And he's like, no, it's Houston, because in New York, the street is called Houston Street. So we got that one wrong as well. But it's called the East of Houston, and it has gin, fresh lemon, honey syrup, orange bitters, and more champagne in it. So Nicole, how did you like this course for Empire Supper Club?
The salad was good. I mean, it's a Caesar salad. I'm not going to say it was anything super special. I actually did kind of like this drink as well. I tend to like things that are a little bit more refreshing, light, fruity. So overall, I thought that one was pretty good. Again, it had champagne, so guess what? Travis didn't like it.
Did not like it. I don't think I drank very much of it. If anything, it basically touched my tongue and I went, ew, and kind of pushed it away. But the salad was good. It was kind of a deconstructed version of a normal Caesar salad, and it had flowers in it, which was kind of weird, but it was good. I liked it.
At the beginning of dinner, when they give you the menu, the first couple courses are, everyone gets those. That's just part of the experience. But for your entree, you do have a choice of 3 different course options. You either can do the steak, the rabbit, or the sea bass. We both opted for the steak.
Yep.
And that is a Wagyu ribeye with a potato and then sauteed mushrooms. They pair that with a New York sour, which is bourbon, fresh lemon juice, simple syrup, egg whites, and wine. I am not a bourbon person, So I did ask if they could swap that for the drink that usually comes with the sea bass, and they were more than happy to do that for me. So the drink that they pair with the fish is called a Nolita. It comes with Pinot Grigio, liqueur, fresh lemon, orange juice, simple syrup, Sprite, and fresh fruits. And I was actually pretty happy that I swapped this one out because it was probably my favorite drink of the evening, and it was really good. And I tried Travis's New York Sour just to see if maybe I didn't mind bourbon, and I still don't like it, so.
Yeah, the New York Sour had bourbon, lemon juice, simple syrup, egg whites, and wine. And it was okay. You had to stir it really good to kind of get the egg whites to mix in with the alcohol. But I had maybe a sip of it, and then I was kind of done at that point with the drink. The steak was a lot different than what you would think. You're thinking a steak on your plate. And no, it was kind of like two little strips of Wagyu steak, and then kind of a square of potato, and then the mushrooms that were on there. Overall, we ordered the steak medium, which is normally how we order steaks. You should probably order this steak medium rare, because it was, even at medium, it was overdone. And I kind of wish I would have known that beforehand. I would have definitely ordered it medium rare if I had known that it would have been in the condition that it was in. But overall, after that, the flavor was good. It was there.
It was.
It just was overdone in our opinion. The mushrooms were kind of a different style of mushrooms that I never had before that were kind of good. And then the potato had an unusual flavor, but was also really good. The steak dish was very earthy, I guess, because it's a land animal. But it was good. I liked it. I probably liked it more than I would have the rabbit or the Chilean sea bass. But it was good. Right?
Agreed. And it might sound like we're being pretty harsh on the drinks in terms of saying we didn't like very many of them. But remember, we are not big drinkers. So in all honesty, most people will probably enjoy these pairings. We are just probably not the right people for those drinks, which is perfectly fine.
Yeah, probably. I did ask the waiter to bring me a soda because
the perfect pairing for every course is a Coke.
Yes, Coca-Cola. Perfect. Just put a cherry in this one and then a lime in this one, and you got a perfect pairing. I'm just not a big alcohol guy for reasons. For dessert, you had the choice between two different desserts as well, and it was between a cheesecake and then what they called a chocolate beehive. I got the cheesecake, and Nicole got the chocolate beehive because we wanted to try each one of them. This was paired with a toasted almond, is what they called it, and that is a vodka with Kahlua with amaretto, heavy cream, and grated nutmeg. To talk about the drink first, I actually liked this one quite a bit. Nicole did not.
Nope.
And we were kind of sitting there, what is the flavor? Why do I like it and why doesn't she? And eggnog. It kind of tastes like eggnog, and I actually like eggnog for the holidays, and Nicole does not like eggnog. So if you like eggnog, you'll probably like the toasted almond. I actually finished this drink, which is the only drink that I finished the entire time, besides my Coke.
That's not true.
Oh.
The blood and sand, he also finished.
I also finished the blood and sand.
So. That
is right. And the blood and sand had kind of the same consistency to it as well. So I finished the Coke, the blood and sand, and the toasted almond. Now let's talk about that dessert that I ordered, the cheesecake, which has white chocolate, a graham crust, marzipan, and dulce de leche gelato. That's probably why I liked it. I love dulce de leche and tres leche as well. The cheesecake was good. It was kind of a different texture than most cheesecake, very soft, very airy, and it was good. Great dessert to kind of end the evening. Nicole, how was the chocolate beehive?
It was very rich, very chocolatey. As a chocolate person, that's kind of saying a lot. So it is very heavy on the ganache. It also had salted caramel toffee, which I am a fan of, and then a mango, like coulis or puree. That was a little bit of an odd pairing.
Yeah, chocolate and mango, no.
So But if you really like chocolate, then it is a good dessert for you. I did prefer the cheesecake, but we got both because we wanted to try both. So there you have it.
Yep.
If you're in between and you're not going to get to have both, get the cheesecake.
Yep. The music being played in the restaurant was by the American Standards Trio, which are the same people that do the jazz inside Lou's Jazz and Blues Club here in Central Park. They are excellent. Really, really good job with just having a really good ambience and background music for the dinner, and the singing was awesome. So if you like jazz music, you'll definitely like the music that's being played here. So they play a lot of the standard songs from that era, like New York, New York, and Feeling Good, and a lot of the New York themed songs that are out there from the 20s, 30s, and 40s. But overall, they were great. We have a little card for them as well. And then they had a surprise dessert at the very end of it. It was called a chocolate tree, and it was essentially a chocolate tree with a big thing of cotton candy on the top of it. And our waiter told us, what flavor do you think the cotton candy is? And can you guess if we got that answer right or not?
We did not. I told him it was cotton candy flavored. He seemed to enjoy that, but that wasn't the right answer.
No, it was Fruit Loop, like a Fruit Loop type flavor. I wanted to say Fruity Pebbles. It was close. It was Fruit Loops. But the cotton candy was kind of different, but it was cool. The dessert looked really, really cool. The chocolate at the bottom, which is like the dirt of the tree area, was super, super dark and super rich. So I ate the cotton candy and Nicole ate some of the chocolate. But it was kind of a surprise thing. They also, if you're celebrating something inside this venue, they will also call out your name and say what you're celebrating. The band will do that. So people clapped for our anniversary and we hit under the table again. Overall, did we enjoy Empire Supper Club, and was it worth the $400 plus gratuity and all that stuff that we paid for it? I'm going to say yes, and we will probably book Lincoln Park Supper Club, and I'm trying not to make Lincoln Park jokes right now because I do it every time I mention this. But on Star of the Seas next year, they're going to have a supper club just like this, but it's going to be Chicago themed, and it's called the Lincoln Park Supper Club. I know in the end it doesn't matter, and it's a Lincoln Park joke. But we're going to try that venue on Star of the Seas next year because we enjoyed this experience so much. It was just a relaxing, chill evening with some really good food, great service. Obviously, we were not real big drinkers, but we understand that the drinks are a part of it. But loved it. I would do it again in a heartbeat, and we're definitely going to do it on Star of the Seas next year, at least for me. What do you think, Nicole?
I mean, well, if you're going to do it on Star of the Seas, I guess I will hopefully be doing it as well. So
By myself.
Maybe I'm not invited.
It's cheaper that way. But yeah, you're invited, maybe. But it is on Star of the Seas. It is Chicago-based. That's why it's called Lincoln Park, and it's not spelled like the rock band. It's spelled like the actual, I guess, president of the United States back in the day. But hopefully they have a Chicago-themed menu instead of a New York-themed menu. And then maybe on Icon 3, whenever they announce that, it'll be another city. But overall, we liked it a lot. It was really good. Okay. We really enjoyed Empire Supper Club on Icon of the Seas, and we're probably going to try it on Star of the Seas next year. If you have any questions about Empire Supper Club, the food that we had, or the experience in general, please make sure you leave those in the comments section below. If you'd like to support our channel, make sure you like this video and subscribe. It helps us out way more than you realize. And if you need us, we'll be up in the Windjammer listening to Lincoln Park. My name's Travis.
And I'm Nicole.
Thanks so much for watching.